storage area. Ooh, perhaps they walk into mid here from the T's as well. Automatic turning around for the flashbang, and Bothy spinning around with his Tech 9, able to easily find the kill in that situation. Skadoodle very, very cautious here. Got to be very careful, able to bunny his way to a situation where he can survive, but the push is unrelenting.
Really lucky to get that far. Repeat's not working out for him. Stroud towards headshot, running out of bullets. Down to the PT-50, getting another kill out of that. He squeezed that one out, leaving nothing alone in a 1 versus 2. Shox already on the flank, but nothing might have a read on this. Shox in the red, Shox definitely dead. Kenny with 55 HP, bombs on the floor, seem to be collected. He's in a headshot position on the site now. That Molotov is going to bounce off the wall and force Kenny to stop his plant. Repositioning, looking for nothing, probably looking to nothing's left. Nothing, spotting the head. What's he going to do with this information? There's a minute. Kenny could rotate if he wanted to. He could walk out of the site and run around, but he knows where nothing is now, and he'll plant the bomb.
Really well played here by Kenny to just go for the forward plant. Let's see if he can actually get himself the frag. He's expecting nothing. Gets a good tag there as the battle rages on. Kenny with the repositioning up high, and that will be the frag for him. I think nothing expected to plant deeper into the bomb site, and that perhaps was Kenny's plan all along. 10 rounds for G2 at the end of the first half, 5 for Cloud9. A recovery, but is it enough? Is it enough?
It's definitely better than what was being suggested at the 6-1 start for G2. Pistol. Can be random. We will just sit, we will wait, we will bear witness. G2 sending 4 people into the B bomb site. It's a pilgrimage through the hills of France, past the vineyards, past the cheese shop, the patisserie, but nothing's there. Everything is closed. It's Sunday. Everyone's gone cycling. Cloud9 outside A, but how long will they take? This day could be in for a nasty surprise. There's a rat in the kitchen and it's pooped in the pots. Apex around the forklift, bodies there for support now. A 3-man flank from these CTs, but will it yield any results? There's a good start. Shox in main. Cloud9 have to wonder what is going on. How do you position yourself post-plant when the CTs are everywhere?
Yeah, it's a big problem, isn't it? Shroud's got a good position here by Quad. He needs to get an initial shot. As they start to push in, the initial shots have to come in. There's one from Stewie. He'll lose Shroud, though, as he wraps around the side. It's Shox to meet him. And that's not a pleasant meet and greet from Shox, as it will be the round for G2. And the worst has happened for Cloud9. They've lost the pistol. They have got the bomb down, though. There are options from this point. They could actually try to go for a play in this round at their full buy if they wanted to. If they have a round. Oh, I think I saw an AK drop by Stewie.
Nice.
Yes. So this, I love to see rounds like this where you see some investment from the T's just to try to get some pressure in, or even a play that they've rehearsed to try to win the round altogether.
Cloud9 are all in. The chips are over the line. They've sold Mama's jewelry. Shox with a very patient headshot towards the end there. Apex.
The man that just keeps on giving.
He is very happy with that one. We've got a charge through the B area. These CTs are not going to wait around for Cloud9. Not going to allow them to have any plans. But there are flashbangs and there are deagles. Only good for 1 kill with Stroud. He's left against 4. We've seen him do nasty things with deagles recently, but this might be too much to ask. Off to a start though, 40 HP, the grenade coming out, not ideal, doing some good damage, can't follow up with the deagle however. We were asking a lot and we didn't get it. 12-5, the force has failed.
And that is a horrible situation because G2 actually expected, I'm so certain that G2 expected a full Glock a full eco even with just Glocks and no armor from Cloud9, because that's normally the round that you would run. You go for like an SMG rush and so on when you think, oh, they just got Glocks and no armor. We will not give them a chance to do anything. Yet they actually went for a full buy. So I think G2 were very fortunate in that situation as they were expecting those Glocks. But now they have the Glocks, and Apex could make a lot of bank as they start to push the middle position. The initial spray comes in. Apex is going to be doing a lot of damage here. Oh man, how is he still alive? Just down to half health, and he has wiped out the mid push single-handedly. A 3K for him. 13-5 now as G2 speed ahead.
Can that train be halted though? The AKs are out for Cloud9. They're on the T side now. We've seen quite a few matches so far where it's all been about one half, be it the CT side or the T side. So perhaps the comeback is on. Perhaps G2 are not close enough at 13 rounds to take things over the line. This will be the start of something for Cloud9, or perhaps nothing. They don't have many grenades to start off with. Are we going to see a squeaky push here with a UMP? The T's are looking for it. Skadoodle making noodles out of Shoxy.
Nice, nice. I thought you were going to say Skadoodle with a shot onto his noodle or something like that, but no. We get a push coming in from Apex, trying to go for the info play. Doesn't work out for him. Body with an info play of his own, taking over a main for the CT side. And Cloud9 actually have 2 players in proximity, but Body's got to be so careful. If he actually does go for the super aggressive angles, he will just die. As you can see, Cloud9 expect this. They know that their opponents are in a position where they're going to try to take risks. So they are on high alert to plays like this. Body could get caught out of position, got to be careful, and he will be caught indeed. Now the Cloud9 team, they have a very easy situation ahead of them. Just 5 players rushing down that A-bomb side. It is vacant. CTs are saving.
I wonder how Swedish people pronounce Stewie's name. Because his name is Jake Yip, right? So is it Jake Yip in Swedish? Because the J is a U, right?
Yeah.
So is it,
yeah.
But what is the
Nice.
Y? Is it Jake Yip?
Y.
Swedish people tweet me, how do you pronounce Jake Yip? I know it's Jake, definitely, because it's James, right? They say James when I'm in Sweden.
James.
James, but is the Yip Yip or is it something
Yump.
else? Yump.
Sometimes they say vampire as well, so the vampire.
Yeah. I think Janko as well has some V's and W's going on.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. I don't think he has the year though. He's not a Yaker. Nothing has. He has made almost. I was going to say safe passage into B, but no, it turned out to be quite violent. Silk Road, not what it used to be. Round number 6 for Cloud9. Is this the start of something beautiful? Is this the ugly duckling turning into a pretty one? Is it a flowering? What do flowers do when they open? Is that flowering? Do they flower? Is that flowering?
Yeah.
I think it is. That sucked, didn't
Blossoming.
it? Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Blossoming. There you go.
Blossoming, there we go. Marvellous. Kenny S and Shox on the double ops, the fabled double ops that G2 so love. 1-3-1 is how things will start out for the G2 side. You see them moving through mid. Body will avoid being subject to the kind of sprays that he was doing in the first half. At least at the beginning. Minute 30 for Cloud9.
All the mid presence here for G2 is interesting. And we might get the boost indeed. It comes in here. Cloud9 looking for some presence into mid, perhaps of their own. Automatic also just watching, as you can see, for the counter boost position from the CTs, but they're not going for it just yet. Smoke deep into mid there from Automatic, and all the nades will start to come in. And I'm very curious here how much Body's going to get, because he is in a great position. And if you get that first frag, it can kind of snowball here in favor of the CTs. So we'll see whether even Cloud9 are going to throw some of the relevant Molotovs into positions like the vents, because they are yet to do so. But we see this just slow burn of utility into this mid position. There we go. Finally going for the vent play. All on Body. Finds himself the first one. Has to spin around. Goes absolutely insane there. And somehow it's a trade, an even trade. 3 versus 3 with 30 seconds left.
30 seconds remaining, and it is the gumball race for Cloud9 into the B bomb site, because time is of the essence, and they may creep quietly towards people. Once they get there, they'll have to run onto the site. And who's waiting for them? Shoxy, maybe the most handsome man in Counter-Strike. Looking to make things pretty ugly around the B bomb site for Cloud9. They've only got 6 rounds on the board, and there are 14 seconds for them to find these frags. Shox with AWP, putting the knife out in opportune time. Still gets the first kill though through the flames, running like a hero. Can't get another kill. Scope will deny him. CT is open. Skadoodle has the angle. 2 on 2, and it gets bell rung, but Apex will receive the biggest of headshots. Kenny left alone in this 1 versus 2.
Oh man, Kenny. Here he goes with the AWP, rounding the corners. And you got to make good guesses here. The flash comes out. It was an underhanded one. Kenny knows everything right now, looking for the final frag. It's Shroud on the bomb site, waiting patiently for Kenny to reveal himself. And there's a peek. Oh, of course he does it. Kenny S with the save, kit in hand. What a man. What a man.
7 golden letters, Dan. Kenny S is parfait, mate. He's parfait. Also 7 golden letters in English. He is perfect. He is a perfect man. Kenny S will not be stopped. Look at that. That is glorious, man. That's something out of like a Lethal Weapon or something. Just fighting around the flames in an abandoned warehouse. He's Danny Glover.
I definitely need to rewatch Lethal Weapon. That was a long time ago, man.
He is Danny Glover. Look at him. Ain't a thing. I don't know how you say that in French. My French sucks, but he's like, Monsieur, Monsieur, it ain't a thing.
Well, the double ults do continue here. We see an aggressive play from the CTs. MBK and Apex taking control of the A storage, rather. And we'll see Cloud9 slowly gathering outside of it. Stewie looking for the entry frags there in middle. Oh, trying to cover his drop there with the AWP shot. Really smart stuff there from Stewie. Often you'll have your teammates try to do it for you, but he is going to do it himself. Taking matters into his own hands. He hears the jumping. He's trying to get there as quickly as possible. Pulls out the knife. Looking for the play here. This could be the opener. We know Stewie is the main playmaker here for Cloud9, but will it be a play made or a play lost as he starts to push? He's lost his window of opportunity, perhaps, as the CTs have fallen back. Looks for the player on boost. MBK is down. And now Stewie looks to go to work, but he'll be downed by Apex. But has he done enough work here for his team?
3 players moving through main for Cloud9. The Molotov towards Forklift. We spoke about it in the first half. Collateral damage. Skazidal just jumping in front of bullets for his teammate, but is it enough? Down to the 2-on-2. Bodies on the flank. Shoxy from the car position. The bomb's down towards Forklift. I don't know if the CT can see it. There's a smoke down in the meantime. Shroud still has only a deagle. He can't afford to spend time trying to find the weapon. He has to collect the bomb. He's got to plant the bomb.
And a moment of quiet in the chaos, but not for too long. Body going straight in there, and now he's just toying, teasing Shroud with a deagle again. Oh, Shroud, one more, can it be? Has to pull back out into the rifle, but so close, down to 18. Body does it. Oh, Body does it once again. Oh, man. I saw it happening.
Telling me no. But Body's telling me yeah. That is match point for G2. Shroud did everything he could. He shot him in the head, that. He shot him in the damn head. He was left with 18 HP. Just, what can you do after that? Body's just too much. Hard body.
Oh, that was a sexy shot. Oh, so close to the follow-up, and just denied. He even lands a couple bullets there.
He drilled him in his head, man. He drilled him in his head.
Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted, as we would say in the UK.
Rumour has it, Body's head is made from titanium.
Oh, really? Wow. That's impressive, James. Wonder how they did that. All these nades here for Cloud9 and Tech9s. Tech9s. What you do with the Tech9s? Well, usually the answer is quite simple. And the answer is rush somewhere. Go somewhere with the Tech9s altogether. Use the numbers advantage. Use that running accuracy. Use your ability to gain ground quickly, whilst also firing, James, at the same time. It's amazing. Now we have G2 on this match point with a good arsenal to work off of. And Cloud9, they're setting up the door push, James. They're going to go through the door.
Stewie and Automatic, though, they're only just now getting into A main. A main good for some pop flashes into the A area. NBK looking for some kills, but not today. Kenny, though, ever dangerous Kenny S, moving around these smokes into the site. He will not be deterred. Moving to Forklift, that's some good map control for his teammates. There is a T in main, looking for some flanks. Grenades flying around, missing the shot is Kenny. Automatic there, and indeed, the flank is coming in from the CTs.
Nothing is just sitting there on the bomb site by Quad. Very happy with this position, and also the weapons collected for himself and also his teammates. Skadoodle rocking the AWP now. Quite the upgrade as Shox makes his way in. Automatic sitting under the box. So that's a little bit awkward, but he'll pick up the kill nonetheless. And continuation spray down. Oh man, Body still gets a headshot there, but down to 6 HP. What else can he do? These players are getting quite tagged up, but there's just no time. G2 must give it up in this round. They've got to get out of there, survive with those guns. Their money is ruined. Cloud9 keeping the hope alive, keeping the efforts going.
The dream, Dan. The dream. They're keeping the dream alive.
American dream.
G2, they got no money, man. They got no money, but they got
no money.
2 M4A4s. Let's see what else they buy. Some pistols here and there. G2 require 1 round from 8 Do you know why, Dan? It's because 7 + 8 = 15.
Whoa.
Check it on a calculator if you don't believe me. I'm telling the truth. I am telling the truth. G2, they've got some grenades, they've got some smokes, they've got some flashes, which means we might see some aggressive pop flashes, some plays, Dan. We might see some plays in this round from G2.
All of the plays. Le plays, perhaps, as they make their way through Levy storage. We'll see Skadul holding the angle, however. So looks like these French players are not long for this world. Skadul going for the repeat there with the flashbang to reposition himself, ultimately. And that's pretty nice. You get 1 kill, you get the information that 1 player is in B storage. That only leaves 3 other players on the map to be discovered. Ooh, gotta be careful, these Deagles. Nice spray there through the door from Shroud. And systematically, 1 by 1, G2, they will be eliminated. And Cloud9 will take the bomb sites. Apex, though, he's got a good position, and he's found himself a kill. One of the 2 players with the rifles. Surely not James.
The riflers remain. Apex creeping around the site. Molotov trying to eliminate potential areas. The flashbang not going to work out for Cloud9, but the trade will. Ultimately, that is what's going to matter at this point. Body giving up on this one. 1 versus 3. He has some more money than the rest of his teammates, so we'll see how that plays into things moving forward. But Cloud9 look good for their 8th round. I think it's going to take a while before people are a believer in this potential comeback, because they are very, very far away from success. But again, all these teams, they've been backs to the wall, they've been up against it before, they've been at the foot of Everest, and they have climbed up to the top. Perhaps it's time for Cloud9 to do the same again.
Boom. Trying to do some onomatopoeia here, James. Onomatopoeia, there's a word.
There is a word.
Yeah. Love words, me. So into the next one. We've got still the match point here for G2, but indeed the money is very, very ropey for them at the moment. So we'll see whether or not Cloud9 can continue onwards with some success here. It is quite the climb, as you mentioned. So we've got the full buy. They're up against essentially an eco. They should realize this, so hopefully we'll see a nice, lovely round from Cloud9 to deal with pistoling players.
Well, they know a rifle was saved, however, so they must be careful. They cannot afford any mistakes. Nothing has spotted the player. The problem with this angle, though, is that once you land again, they could have made their way towards Sunroom. They could be around the corner where it's crosshair is to the left. You don't know anymore. You don't know. It's all a mystery. It's all clues that could lead to a virtuous scenario. Could lead to murder.
Oh, like Cluedo.
There we go.
Cluedo, that's a game. That's a game and a half right there.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to board games. Don't think this is the audience, James.
Shoutouts to board games. Here at PGL, we like words and board games. If you like words and board games, tweet at @followddk and tell him words that you like. He also likes vegetables, such as broccoli. Dan is a big fan of broccoli and words.
Yep.
We learned something today about DDK.
Cruciferous vegetables are OP.
Or you did. I live this. This is my life.
They're OP, man. Okay, Apex looking to make a play here. There's no flashes, though, unfortunately. And there's no teammates, unfortunately, for Apex around him. He will get murdered. Cold blood. Stewie's ruthless. Stewie is ruthless. And the bomb site will be taken over. So, it took a while, but Cloud9 have played this round out very, very well. They've, had pretty solid team play, coordination into this anti-eco. However, I mean, this is a really big result, I think, for G2. They've actually managed to steal away an AK-47. And I think that's one of the best hopes you can have in a round like this. Isolate some players with your pistols, steal away a gun. That said, Body, who was saving a gun, or had saved a gun from previous round, he is now dead.
You saw when the perspective moved over to NBK, he was just having a look at his teammates' monitor. Something that's quite common, which is why it's important for teams to be in a straight row. There have been some recent tournaments where they would just spread out in a kind of square formation, facing outwards, like facing walls and so on. Not ideal for Counter-Strike teams. It's kind of like old 90s land with your friends and so on. You used to be in a straight line. There is a picture of a straight line with some depth of field as well. Feel that bokeh, Dan. Absorb it. Be it.
Do my best. Doing my best. G2, they're doing their best too to close this game out. They got the buy coming in. They're looking for chunks of death, James, all over the place. That's what they want.
Raining down from above.
Chunks of death. Let's go. We've got a default from Cloud9 spreading their players across the width of the map to take that initial map control in their areas at the very least, and to also eliminate any aggressive possibilities that are very likely with a team such as G2 and a team that has such a big advantage. They may decide, you know what, we've got all these rounds, we're ahead so much, we could just take a big risk and maybe we get a couple kills early into the round and then we've won the round in the match. You know, they're in that sort of a territory in decision making, but they're just going to play very passively and allow Cloud9 to come to them. We'll see though if that's an effective answer to Cloud9 or not as the round progresses. We're close now to Cloud9 taking some significant portions of the map away. They have checkers now. They can work on into mid, as we can see here, the boost going into the vents. And the counterplay or the response from G2 is to take over A main. I'm surprised we haven't seen a kill yet.
49 seconds remain. Apex rotating towards CT. But is he required? Body with the opening kill onto nothing. The bomb, however, has not been spotted, and as you can see, Stewie has made his way through the vents after taking them into the middle area where there is no defense from the CT side. However, they are simply winning the duels. Apart from that one, Kenya spotting in the spotting Shroud towards Squeaky Door, but where is the bomb? The bomb has still not been spotted. Stewie has a lot to do now, and how is he going to do it? There's a player towards Connector, and now there's a player towards Car and Forklift. He's in a crossfire. Oh my god, the flashbang is absolutely perfect. The Forklift player is down as well. Somehow this is working for Cloud9. Shocks suddenly alone. G2 had such strong positions.
The door's open though. With that, there is passage to the bomb site. He's got to get out of that door quickly with a frag, but they are all stacked up. There is a quick headshot. He knows there's another player by quad. There must be for there to be one there, but he doesn't know where Skadoodle is. He has no idea that he's so close on the bomb itself. Can Shox do this one? He's got no nades to help himself out with as he starts to make some noise running around. He knows time is against him as he finds the next player. Skadoodle has been discovered. The spray down's not good enough, and the round goes to Cloud9. They'll keep themselves alive. Stewie though, Stewie with the plays. That guy's fast. He's so fast. Those shots, those snaps were glorious. I loved it.
Timeout from G2, but credit to his team as well. Cloud9 were in such a horrible position in that round when more people were alive. They were in such a horrible position. One player popping out of Connector, he takes his head off, but then he's in a crossfire. Unbeknownst to him, he's in a crossfire where one person has moved from car to a complete off angle, which surely he gets a kill. And if not, there's a trade frag from Forklift, but a flashbang, absolutely perfect. His teammates take out the Fork player after he takes down a player that was towards the car position, and everything spins around. You see it here. There's one flash. Connector player pops out. Then he turns around just after the flash comes in from his teammates, completely blind. Apex gets picked off, and then there's another kill around the Forklift from his teammate, leaving Shox alone, who made the best of it, but it wasn't enough. Cloud9 moved to double figures.
They're closing in. They're halfway up the mountain, but there's still another halfway to go. I hope they brought some extra oxygen as we have now the pistols of G2 ready to enact some pain, some punishments.
They don't just need oxygen, Dan. They need beef jerky, or preferably biltong. A bit drier, but quite nice. Parler's a fan as well. Hashtag beef jerky boys, get involved. Pistols for G2. Cloud9 will be careful. We've seen people sometimes use too much time on the Nico, and then something goes wrong and everything turns into a complete mess. Nothing shooting the window open through the wall. You can do that. Bear it in mind at home. You don't have to walk all the way into the sunroom to shoot the glass open. You see him just checking it there, making sure his aim is on point. And it is incredibly on point.
All of the points, all the time. Here comes the push. Apex, what you got with this Deagle? What have you got? Well, nothing so far. They will evade him and his angle. And there it is, popping up. It's like we'll see a very fast plant here. Kenny is still alive though, running amok in the smokes. Able to catch Skadoodle there. as we'll see a decent flurry of entries from Cloud9. I say decent, it's round winning, if that's what decent means. We'll see Body, though, with a quick pick-off, and that gun is isolated. He can pick it up and try to save it. That is the mission. This is the mission that he has been given. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Alexandre, same first name as Alexandre Dumas, the man who wrote The Three Musketeers, as well as the Count of Monte Cristo. That very big book, very long and arduous to read.
Did you read it?
I started reading it, but
How far
I did not
you get?
finish. I don't know. I don't even know where it is. I can't find
Did you
it.
get to the prologue? Did you get to the prologue, James?
I got like a third of the way in.
Okay.
But it was really boring to read, I've got to be honest. 4 rounds. 4 rounds. Get your people in here. Get your tweets going. Cloud9 are currently on the comeback. I didn't think they'd make it this far, but they have. They have won 6 rounds on this T half, but G2 have won 5. So by no means is this a lopsided half from Cloud9. G2 have made it to match points, and again, they only need to win that 1 round. They are at maximum loss bonus now, G2. The money is flying through the doors. Cloud9 sending 2 players towards Squeaky. Kenny with an angle on A, deep in A, and he has Apex for support. Looking at the lockers that Kenny is so fond of on both sides. You can often see him standing on those lockers, looking over smoke. Skadoodle giving NBK a haircut towards Highway. Good for 45 damage.
That's not a horrendous start here from Cloud9. Getting some early damage in indeed, and we'll see repositioning there from Skadoodle, as we'll have Cloud9 thinking about taking some map control very soon. I mean, it's getting into the mid round. They don't have any map control. It's either get some mid control or go A just straight at this point. It looks like they will get automatic in towards middle. And usually you don't necessarily need as many players on the mid attack this late into the round, because most teams, if they were playing heavier towards middle at the beginning of the round, they'll have dispersed at this point in the round. Maybe you'll be up against 1 player, or in most cases. So now it's all about getting this A play working, but there's 3 players already there for G2. MBK is about to find out exactly what's up. The flash comes in, and they're going to peek with everyone. Cloud9 have been ruined, decimated. There's chunks of death flying all over the place as we've got automatic now. That's last man standing for Cloud9 with that AKF is. He's against 5. He gets 1, but that's all he's going to get. 16-11, G2 with the finish, finally with the finish. But Cloud9 with a heroic effort to try to get back in it.
Past the Rock 4 and wind down. It is party time for G2. A laboured second half, but maybe it was inevitable. 16-11 over Cloud9 after a 10-5 first half. Winning the pistol as well. G2 took longer than expected, but ultimately they take it over the line. And Kenny again had some nice performances there, some nice clutches on the B bomb site. Cloud9, the comeback, you started to believe, but just when you did that, faith was taken away.
It was indeed. It was good to see Shox having a nice game as well here today. You don't always see Shox firing off, but it really felt like we saw a good level from him in the performance on Cash. Cloud9, I'm sure, very disappointed with this one. I think, if only they were able to scrape together a round or 2 extra in that first half, this game would likely have gone all the way. But they managed to get it to 11. I mean, how many rounds in a row was that? I think it's a good 6 or so that they got in a row in the comeback. Is that 5? Okay, so yeah, good effort from them. And I look forward to seeing more from Cloud9. I think they can do a lot of damage still, but it's G2, the expected team to win this one.
Yeah, and it's a good test for G2 to be challenged like that and struggle, but they did take it over the line, so test has been passed. Over to Paul.
Thanks very much, gents. We will be returning back to our commentary team of Dan and Bardolph at the end of this game, because we do have 1 more match to go. So don't go anywhere just yet if you're thinking that was the end of the day. We've still got 1 more. Let's break down the G2 victory in the end. I say in the end because it really should have been sooner than that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it probably should have been. But I mean, it happens. I mean, it was a good comeback from Cloud9. And one thing we've seen out of pretty much all the North American teams, and especially Cloud9 and Optic, is it's not their T sides that are suffering at the moment. It's their CT sides. It's when you have to rotate, when you don't get to pick the point of attack, and you have to get that information and get in a position to defend is when these teams struggle. And I think the tough part about that was G2 played a pretty clever game where they would start the execute aggressive, usually around the 1 minute mark, and send a couple people in, but the rest of them would just kind of sit back and watch for some play to be made. They knew someone from Cloud9 is going to get aggressive somewhere, push through a smoke perhaps. I mean, that's kind of the calling card of Stewie, obviously, but they know something's coming at some point, and they were just prepared for it. So, I mean, it was aggression, but they were always ready for the counter-aggression from Cloud9.
Yeah, really smart play by G2. What did you make of the second half in terms of the Cloud9 at least fought back in to make it look respectable?
I mean, they did, but the score was 15-6. You feel like it's just a matter of time before G2 gets that one round, especially because they're on the CT side, right? Unfortunately for Cloud9 in this game, they couldn't get a strong start in either of the halves. They win the pistol round in the first half, but they lose the second round and proceed to lose 6 rounds. In the second half, it was 5-1 for G2 early on. Obviously, those two combined makes it 11-2 for G2 very early on in both halves. And against such a strong team, it's going to be very, very difficult to come back from such a slow start.
Yeah. Well, you picked out Body as one of those players that you would like to see do well in this game. Didn't have a great game,
no.
but they
Nice
contributed.
Yeah, thanks.
But the entire team did contribute, though. Here.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it's maybe not oddly, but I mean, interestingly enough, it was Shoxy who had a really big game. I thought that carried G2 through stretches, or maybe not carried, but led them through a decent amount of this game. And I mean, that's just kind of surprising because he has such a reputation as one of the best players of all times that he is. But I mean, in this squad, he's not normally that player that you see, having that kind of an impact. The tough part is, this just feels like so bad. The CT side from Cloud9, part of the reason why they were so stumped for so long, and I'm gonna single out Shroud, and it's not to just say that he was awful or caused anything, but like he just had a bad game. Through 14 rounds, he had 16 ADR, and he's also the B anchor, right? And the B anchor on the map like this, the bomb site anchors are so important because you have to have mid control, and if you're losing bomb sites, if that defense is just hemorrhaging on either of the bomb sites, you can't hold mid either. So then it just throws everything to disarray, and that's kind of why when we talk about players who do well on this map, like a guy named RPK is always brought up because he is that B bomb site anchor, and he's so stable in that position. Those anchor players get a lot of credit on this map, but you have to be able to have that kind of a defense, and they just weren't mobile enough to make up for it. They couldn't get over to support him fast enough.
Are you slightly disappointed with the quality of the game? We built this one up as the best game of the day. It was between potentially the two best teams in the round. Did it deliver everything you wanted it to?
I mean, it was a strange game to an extent, in a manner in which G2 was winning those rounds. As Jason pointed out, it was a little bit of picking and prodding, right? They wouldn't just wait for a minute or exercise some map control. They would go towards the A